Hello and welcome to this first lecture of the new section on applying the 70-20-10 rule in this course, Mastering Learning Online. So in this particular section, we will talk about applying this 70-20-10 rule that you can use to develop and implement an effective and efficient online learning plan. And we will begin by taking a look at how to do the 70% learning from real work projects, right? So how do you think you can do that? How can you get 70% learning from real work or projects? Any thoughts? The idea of getting 70% learning from real work or projects come from a widely used 70-20-10 learning model, originally developed by the Center for Creative Leadership. And it suggests that effective professionals' growths happen mainly through experience, not only courses. And the 70% comes from real work and projects, 20 from learning from others like peers and mentors, and 10% from formal learning course like courses and books. And the challenge is not just doing the work, but turning work into deliberate learning. And how to do that, that's what we will talk about in this lecture. Let's take a look at what are the things you can do to convert all the work that you do into learning. So first thing to do is to convert work tasks into learning experiments. So instead of thinking I need to finish this task, think what skill can I practice while doing this task? An example, in normal work, prepare a presentation. A learning version will be practice executive storytelling and influence while preparing it. Like this, you can make every task a skill laboratory. So the whole work life can become skill building laboratory for you. The second thing is to choose one skill to practice in each project, right? And for that, what you need to do is before you start any project, you need to ask which capability will I deliberately improve here in this particular project? And examples of this are like, if you are doing a project and preparing a strategy report, you could practice strategic thinking. If you're doing a data analysis project, you could do analytical reasoning. If it is a client meeting, you could do a persuasive communication, even there, right? And if you're doing a process improvement, there you can apply systems thinking. Now, the project has become, with this kind of approach, the projects will become structured learning. The third thing is to apply a project learning loop. And you can apply this simple project learning loop. So before the project, ask, what problem am I solving? What skill I will develop? Just don't start doing. Ask these two critical questions. And during the project, experiment, try a new method, use AI assistance, apply a framework. And after the project, reflect and see what worked, what failed, what could I change, what should I change. And this loop will convert work into learning cycles. Then break big projects into micro learning goals. Large projects can be overwhelming, right? So instead of define learning milestones. For example, if you're launching a digital campaign, right? Your learning goals could be week one, I will learn about customer insight analysis. Week two, I will learn about AI content experimentation. Week three, I will learn about campaign performance analysis. And the week four, ROI evaluation. So, like this, build micro learning goals for every week. And each stage will build a different capability, right? The fifth thing you can do is to turn problems themselves into case studies. Every workspace problem is a case study in disguise, right? And when a problem appears, analyze it, you know, like a business school case. And there to do that, what you need to do is to ask what is the root problem, what options exist, what data matters, what decision criteria should be used. And like this, you turn this problem into case study. And this will build business thinking skills. AI can accelerate learning while working. So use AI as a thinking partner during projects. How? You need to ask AI when you're doing the project, right? What kind of questions? What alternative strategies could solve this problem? And this could help you do your project better as well as learn, right? What risk am I missing? What are the things that I'm missing completely? And what would a senior executive What approach would a senior executive have? And what data should I analyze before deciding? And there, AI becomes a real-time advisor for you, right? So use AI as a thinking partner during projects like this. We saw documentation is a very important part of the whole process. So document lessons from each project. At the end of each project, write, what problem did I solve? What approach did I try? What worked well? What failed? And what new skills did I develop? And this will create your experience portfolio, right? So document lessons from each project. Then seek feedback from people involved. Learning accelerates when you get feedback. Ask colleagues and managers, what could I improve? What did I do well? What skills should I develop next? And this will convert experience into insights. So seek feedback from people involved. Teach what you've learned. That's another powerful principle, powerful way, and I can say with a lot of authority here. One of the best ways to reinforce learning is teaching, right? So after completing a project, explain the process to a colleague, write a LinkedIn post about the project completion and your experience there, and create a short learning summary. Teaching will force the clarity of thinking as well as it will create the artifact for your portfolio. Then run a monthly experience review, right? Now, what do you do in that once a month? Ask, what projects did I work on? What skills did I improve? What skills improved actually? Where did I struggle and I'm still struggling? What skills should I focus in the next month? And this will create a continuous learning loop for you. What are the key insights we can draw from this lecture then? Most professionals work and learn little. High performance extract learning intentionally from each project, and work becomes their training ground itself. The work itself becomes training ground. So they get paid and they get paid as well as they keep learning, right? So what is next? So having looked at how to do the 70% learning from real work and projects, we will now take a look at how to do the 20% learning from your mentors and peers, right? How to get that learning. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture on applying the 70-20-10 rule. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.